Now, phrasal verbs are just as important as idioms when we're talking about conversational English. But sometimes teachers forget to teach them. That's not good for you because they can really help you understand native speakers, movies, and TV shows because phrasal verbs are everywhere. They're going to help you not sound like Google Translate as well. We're people, not computers. So today we're going to learn some phrasal verbs that I would use if I was going out to dinner with my coworkers after work, which sounds like really great right now. I'm kind of hungry. And we're going to talk about the grammar with phrasal verbs so that you can sound like the brilliant person that you really are. Okay, so all the phrasal verbs today in this video are what we call non-separable. So this is good. This is so good. Why? Because the grammar is easier than the video from before. You can click on it here if you missed it to see the other kind of phrasal verb called separable. So I'm excited. I'm going to share with you the rules. I don't love rules, but they help you to learn faster and more efficiently. So let's look at rule number 1. In non-separable phrasal verbs, you can never separate the verb and the particle. They are together forever. Okay, rule number 2. Really common particles for non-separable phrasal verbs are across, after, into, and with. So if you see those 4 particles in a phrasal verb, I want you to go ahead and guess it is a non-separable phrasal verb. Okay, rule number 3. This one's not fun, but the best way for you to know if a phrasal verb is separable or non-separable is to look it up in a dictionary. I know, not very fun. Okay, and rule number 4. This one is more fun, okay? If the phrasal verb has 3 words, which we're going to look at today, it is always non-separable. Okay, so we're going to use these rules to understand some phrasal verbs that you can use when you go out to dinner with your co-workers after work. Okay, so you get off work at 5 p.m. That means that you're off the clock. That means that you're finished with work. Woo! So I can say that I get off work, but I can't say get work off. Why? Because this is a non-separable phrasal verb. So you get off work and your coworker wants to grab a bite to eat. That just means to eat some food, but it's a more relaxed way if we say grab a bite. Write that down. But you have a problem. You were supposed to take your car to get fixed after work today. But you actually would rather eat dinner. And I don't blame you. So you're going to try to get out of it. Get out of it means when you have a prior commitment. Maybe it's not really serious. It's maybe social, but you want to do something different, so you're going to get out of it. Now, also, if you look in the dictionary, get out of something is a phrasal verb that we use when we get off, when we exit a bus or a plane. Right? We're getting off the plane. We're getting off the bus. So there are multiple meanings for that phrasal verb. Almost all phrasal verbs have multiple meanings. So you call the car place and you're like, hey, sorry, can't make it, and you reschedule. So you got out of it. And you can't say get it out of. Why? Because rule number 4, there's 3 words in that phrasal verb. So we get out of it, we get out of work, we get out of a phone call, we get out of an appointment, okay? Or we get out of a bus. So you go to dinner, you're gonna catch up with your friend, your coworker. So imagine that at work it's been busy. An American would probably say it's been crazy, which means it's been really busy. You've had a lot of work, a lot of deadlines, and you want to catch up with your coworker. Okay, so to catch up with means that you haven't seen a person in a long time. So you want to sit down and hang out and talk about how life is going, maybe how your job is going. You're gonna catch up. It's a great way to say, hey, we haven't talked in a long time and I value your friendship. Let's catch up. Guys, the non-separable phrasal verbs are the easy ones. I'm so excited. So remember, across, after, into, with. These are the phrasal verbs that usually you cannot separate. So I want you to remember that, write that down, put it in here so that you can make a correct guess in the future. Okay, so the next video is going to discuss phrasal verbs in the airport. English is the aviation language of the world, so all pilots have to speak English, and it's really important in airports that you understand phrasal verbs because there's so many things to do.